Hi again, children. Okay, so I promised I would do something for year threes who were doing something to do with animals, I think, on their inquiry, and their habitat. And I have thought we'll do some printing because I don't think we've done printing this year in year three. So here we have lots of, you can Google all different pictures of animals, but what we're concentrating on is animals with stripes and patterns on their fur. So look at his coat. I love the zebra. I love the giraffe, tiger. Oh, all of them. There are snakes even, boys. Anyway, because I know you boys tend to go for snakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a zebra today. I've got a picture that I really like of a zebra. So what I'm going to do is get these polystyrene printing trays. Now, you might recognise that texture. You can get that from the supermarket, maybe a meat tray or fruit tray. If you can get hold of one of those and wash it out thoroughly, you might be able to use that. And you just cut it so that it's flat on the table. So let's imagine that you've managed to find one of those. So I am going to practice, as we always do in the art room, with Mrs. McLean, and we practice and we do 100 practices until we're happy with what we're doing. I'm going to try drawing this. Now don't laugh at me because I'm not very good at this. I'm looking at the actual zebra rather than at my drawing. I'm just sketching a zebra. Oh. And if we press lightly, remember what can we do if we press lightly? Rub out easily. So I'm just pressing lightly. It's not looking too good at the moment, but we don't mind. We do what we see, don't we? It's got a big fat bottom. Look, there we go. And a big tummy. And there we go, skinny legs. You see, until you draw something, you never notice these things. And how many legs has he got? 4. And his tail. And let's change that jawline. We want to make it thicker now. And he's got kind of like his nose, he's got the black piece there. And his coat, he's got a little bit horsey, he's got some hair there, the mane. Eye there. What else? So I'm quite happy with that. I'll do another leg at the back. Doesn't have to be perfect, remember. Actually, this one only looks like he's got 3 legs. So, I'm happy-ish with that. That's my practice of a zebra. Now, look at the stripes on it. How fantastic are they? They're all just joined on. Can you see that? Oh, they're coming from different directions. They're not all just straight up and down. They're all different directions. I love them. And they're not straight zebra stripes. Have you noticed? They've got a little bit of a curve in them. Look. And so let's do some more. Oh, look at those. Round his mouth. Round his head. I'm happy with that because, you know what? This isn't a photograph, this is our interpretation. That means what we see. That's my little zebra. I know it's not perfect, but it's my zebra and that's what I see in this picture. You do what you see. Okay? So, I'm going to put my zebra, I'm going to transfer him over now onto this polystyrene. How am I going to do that? Well, I've had my practice. I might even make a better job this time. I'm going to press lightly and draw it again. So I'm going to draw the same zebra again that I did before. Oh, I don't know whether I'll manage this. His tail, his long nose. Oh, he looks like he's smiling a bit there. I didn't notice that before. He's got quite a wide neck. Quite a wide neck. And we're trying to use up the whole polystyrene plate. So I actually could have probably done mine a bit. Now you see I'm pressing lightly. Big tummy again. And fat thigh going down to skinny little legs. And we'll do four legs, 2 behind and 2 in front. Now, let's see. Are we happy with that? Now, once we're happy with it, do you know what we do? I don't think that's right. You're allowed to laugh at my work, you know, because we do. We all like to giggle at each other's. We don't take it too seriously. I'm now going to put my stripes on again. So I've copied it again. I'm doing this really quickly. You're going to take your time and do a much better job than me. But I just want to show you how we can do this. I'm going to make that thinner. Because I press lightly, I can change things. And he's... Remember, the stripes can go in different directions in a group. Okay, that's my zebra. Okay, guys, back again. So that was the one I didn't like it. So turned it over, and I've done that. And I've used the whole piece of polystyrene I have here. Now, what I have done, so I actually drew very lightly first until I was happy with it. Then I've gone over it now, and I put my stripes on and my lines on. And when you're looking at your picture, look at all the stripes and what directions they're going and that. And now I've gone over it and I've pressed deeper with a very sharp pencil, but we don't want to press through the other side. So there's a very fine tuning of how far you press. And I've pressed, can you see? Quite hard and in there, but not all the way through the polystyrene. Now, the nose I want black, so I've dented that out, the eye, and the mane, and I'm going to do the hooves black as well. So I've pressed in very hard into those, and I've basically gone over the whole thing now, and that is ready. What I'm going to do next is cut out and leave some white around, but I'm going to cut out my polystyrene roughly around Can you see I've not gone right up to the edge of the... Got to do this very carefully so that you don't break it. Just do it little piece by little piece. So you can... I might cut finer in there and just fine tune it now. And I'm getting ready to print this. So you can just do little sections at a time. You don't have to cut it out all in one piece. And we're going to print this. Now, if you've got paints at home, you might be able to use... I've got actual printing ink, but I was thinking maybe you could use paints and get a paintbrush and paint your paint onto the polystyrene. Always have something underneath you so you're not making a mess of Mum's kitchen top. I actually, before lockdown, I came home with some printing ink. So I'm going to do it the real way. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to print that. So here we go. This is how we do it. So here, you could have paint on there, on an ice cream lid. I'm using printing ink. You might have paint. I'm doing black and white. So I'm going to have white paper, so I'm going to do my zebra black. And oh, that's a bit, it's not working very well. See, we have these troubles all the time. So the ink doesn't seem to be working very well. I might turn this over and try this side. But you might have paint. Oh, this ink, see, you probably do better with paint. I'm not doing very well here. As always, Mrs. McLean shows you how not to do something. So say you've got paint and you might have a paintbrush. and you might paint this, but I'm going to try the rollering. It might work, might not, because it looks like the ink, I think I've had it out in the sun or something. I don't know what's gone on here, but I'll give it a go, and we can all giggle together how not to do this. Look at it, it looks very watery, and those of you that have used it at school, you know from previous experience that the ink doesn't normally look like this. Anyway, we'll keep going and have a go and see. So, lift this up, get a piece of paper, lay it on the table and print onto there. Now we press it, and we're pressing really hard. Now what I'm going to do at this point is turn it over, and I'm going to really rub with my hands in every nook and cranny. Can you see? I'm really rubbing to make sure we've got all the lines in. Oh, I hope it turns out. Shall we have a look? Woo! There's our zebra. Now, that's going to take a while to dry. I'm going to put it over to the side to dry. However, we're going to do a background now. Do you want to see how to do the background? We get our other piece, a second piece of polystyrene, and I'm going to just put big zebra patterns all the way through it. So I'm going to do some lines, like a zebra lines. Remember, they don't all come from the same direction. They can move around, and you can have some areas smaller lines, some areas bigger lines. But I want to do, on the whole, a good zebra pattern. Remember, they're not really straight lines. Do you think it looks like a zebra? I'm not sure. I'm not convinced at this moment. But we'll see. Now, to make this more interesting, I'm going to try and just chip out bits to make it really, press it down some areas, make them thicker. We don't want them thin, do we? We want them quite thick. So you try it, just try. You know, this is what we're here for. We've got all the time in the world to try things out. And if they don't work, we try something else. You might come up with better ideas than me. And if you do, let me know. I love to hear other people's ideas. Let me just try some different... How can I press that down? Get that pressed down lots. We want to press some of these areas out. And get them dark, and... This might work, might not. We'll try it. Remember, you might not do the zebra. You might choose to do a tiger, because I love tiger stripes, don't you? Giraffe. What about a giraffe? Now, this is going to be our background. It might work, might not. Does this look like a zebra? I'm not convinced. We'll see. Let me just get some lines out of it and... Very hard, but quite enjoyable too. I'm rushing. I hate rushing. You'll take your time and get this really nice. Let's see whether this finished up looking like a zebra stripe. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get my ink again and my piece of paper. There's my piece of paper. Here's my ink that we're not happy with. Try and get some more ink on there. You try and get some more paint in your paintbrush. As long as this is covered. Pressing really hard. Use those art muscles and stand up tall and press down. There we go. Now, again, we know this ink's not very good, but we'll have a go. Now, look, I need to cover this whole piece of paper with my zebra print. So what I think I'll do that. 1. Press really hard. Turn paper over. Get into those nooks and crannies while pressing from high up above down. I'm putting all our muscle into this. There we go. Or I'll peel off. Yeah. Oh, well, I'm not sure, but it looks quite nice, whatever it looks like. I think it looks quite good. So let's fill that page up. I'm just trying some more of this ink to get it thicker. One more go. It's really good fun. Remember, look at me, I'm getting everything really dirty. If you've got any newspaper around you, that might be good. Let me try here now. It doesn't matter if it overlaps, or I might just let it hang off the page actually. Press, turn over, art muscles. On every bit, not just on one section. That's what we all tend to do. Always remember the outsides, they get neglected lots. Right, again. Oh, I'm liking this. And remember, I brushed this. You're going to take your time and really make a good job of this. There we go. Don't mind the joins at all. Turned over again. Did you see what I did? Pressed it on really hard and then turned it over without moving it. Art muscles on every little section of that paper there. Try again. Pull it off. Oh, yeah. One more section and we're done. If it's not perfect, we don't mind. Right. Just one more section and sorted. I've overlapped on that bit there. Just to see what it looks like if it's overlapped. Turned over. Press, press, press. Press, 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 press. There we go. Fab. Happy with that. That's our background. Okay, so from seeing a picture of a zebra to drawing a zebra to putting the zebra onto some polystyrene and pressing it with my pencil. Doing the same with a background, just doing zebra patterns. Use your paint if you want to. Remember, press in deeply with your pencil. Use paint and a paintbrush. But remember, you're not trying to get into all the nooks and crannies with your paintbrush. You just paint over and you will be leaving some areas light and some dark. So don't think, oh, I've got to cover every little bit. Just let it cover. If you use a paintbrush, you can cover it. And just give it a go and try it several times if it doesn't work. You can always wash these. These wash very well, and dry them out and then try again if you're not happy with what you've done. You can do it numerous times. Now, as I say, this is what I've done with mine, but you will do it your way. Remember, enjoy yourself and just experiment. Hi again, just showing you what I've done with mine. You might do something totally different with yours. I've just got carried away with mine. I cut out my zebra and I found a bright piece of paper, lucky. And I found some black paper, lucky. You might have different colour paper, or you could paint some paper and choose your colours. I wanted zebra to stand out from the background. So I have stuck my zebra onto some fluorescent yellow paper. Then cut around it again. Then stuck it onto some black paper, cut around it again. And then I just stuck it onto my background and gave it a frame. But then I thought, oh, I've got a fluorescent pen. So I found that and thought, wow. So I've just started putting some lines in there. That was me getting carried away. You can do whatever you want to. But I think, does it look like a zebra? Not quite convinced, but I think the stripes give it away. Enjoy. See you next time.